Welcome to the Flat Earth Podcast. I, as ever, am Rick Flat, your host. If you want to know anything more about the podcast and what we are doing, please get on over to the Flat Earth Podcast. That's flatwith2ts.com, and you'll find on there more episodes, blogs, information. There's also a little button on there if you want to give a brother, a couple of quid for a cup of tea or buy me a house. It's your choice. I won't stop you giving this Christmas. Now, I want to talk to you about something today. We're in that sort of in between. It's the Wednesday between Christmas and New Year. We're in that sort of strange place, which I'm going to talk about a little bit actually. But I want to talk to you today about 3 Grinches and 3 angels of Christmas 2021. 3 things that have been amazing and great and that I've enjoyed over this period, and 3 things that really bugged me and stole my joy. So we're going to go through it. We'll do Grinches first. We'll go Grinch Angel, Grinch Angel, Grinch Angel, all the way through. So, number 1, the first Grinch that stole my Christmas. Matrix Resurrections, or rather, Matrix Commiserations, really. Shit show. I'm so depressed. Yeah. I don't know if I can talk about it. Anything you loved about the first Matrix film, not those other 2 bullshits, but the first Matrix film, whatever you loved about it is gone. It's done and dusted. Now, do excuse me if I sniff and cough a little bit through this. As you all know, I defeated COVID. I made COVID my bitch a little while ago, but it seems that COVID is now so scared of me that it has unleashed the previous gods of this season, the old gods of man flu and general cold. So I'm now being attacked by that because they know that if my antibodies get spread out into the world, COVID's really going to be gone. So excuse me if I sniff and cough a little bit through this review, although to be honest with you, Matrix Resurrections doesn't really deserve me talking about it. I should be sick because maybe I got sick because I watched Matrix Commiserations, this terrible film. Might be the worst film I've ever seen. That's possible. It's possible. I mean, it's up there. Matrix is up there as just an awful film, a terrible, nightmarish cacophony of mediocreness. Now, let me tell you that I'm going to straight up break a rule of a lifetime. Normally, if any of my friends or anyone I know give out spoilers to films, I'm like, lose my number. I'm like, that's a bitch move. It don't matter what happens. You should never give away spoilers. But I want you to know, my hatred for this film is so strong. I'm breaking that. I'm actually giving up part of my honor. I'm becoming a dishonorable man because I'm going to spoiler the shit out of the Matrix Commiserations. It's just, it deserves it. It deserves to be spoilt for you. And I hope I put as many people off watching it as possible. I don't know if that's true. Now, I can't go into all the details. I might have to do a separate video. I can't go into all the details why this film is so bad. But it takes place, this is how you know, you meet Keanu Reeves' character, 60 years has passed, first spoiler, 60 years has passed, and the Matrix has somehow rejigged itself and redesigned itself to be a more kind of stranger Matrix, and people are still in it again and they don't understand, but it's slightly different now. And it's just, it's so much, I can't, it wants to do everything, have everything, make loads of statements, make no statements, tell you what's going on, don't tell you anything that's going on. It wants to reuse everything that we loved about the first film, but at the same time, it reserves the right to shit on every single thing that was good about the first film. There's no good fights in this film. If you think about The Matrix in any way, it was always about great fights, kung fu, gun fu, all that. That's gone. There's no style. You think about the first Matrix thing with the style. That's all gone. You think about the nature of the plot. It was all around Neo, which is an anagram of the one. Okay, it was all about you're the one. You're gonna release people, free people from the Matrix. They're gonna get free. You are the one. You, Keanu Reeves, a human man. That's it. And there was a little bit of a love story with Trinity and blah, 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 blah. And then there was a Morpheus character. Morpheus was the one who believed in the one. He was the one who understood and had faith in the one when he even didn't. What they do to the characters of the original Matrix film is just criminal. What they did to Morpheus, because obviously 60 years has passed, that they've actually, you know, Morpheus is dead now. So, but Keanu in the game embedded a code somewhere that would become Morpheus. But the only thing that the Morpheus of Resurrections has in common with the Morpheus of the original trilogy is their skin pigment. Gone is the charm, the mystery, the knowing kind of wink. He's a nothing character, bordering on a racial stereotype. It's crazy. It's so bad. It's so bad. And Neo's underwritten, and Trinity's underwritten. It's just an awful film. And you watch it and you go, how can it be this bad? Even the agents, part of the fun thing I was thinking about the Matrix original one is they were kind of normal looking people who would fight. So Hugo Weaving in the original film, he's not an action star, but his portrayal of Agent Smith was amazing, because suddenly he's this horrible, nasty kung fu, dirty fighting master, and it just worked. But in this film, the agents are some bullshit. In fact, near the end of the film, they give up on using the agents at all, and they do this thing called Swarm, which is essentially the Matrix just zombifies every person in the Matrix and gets them to throw their bodies at Keanu and Trinity and Neo as they're trying to escape on a motorbike. Just, it's so bad. Like, every note and beat of this film is awful. See it for a laugh. Do not pay for it. See it for a laugh. Stream it where you can. Grab it where you can. It's awful. And the worst thing about this film, and I say this is the first film, and this is now going to be the first film of they've already greenlit the 5th one. So they're doing another one based on this. And it just shows you that Hollywood is out of ideas, and I think the trouble is, you know, it's clear to me that the ideas being pushed in this film are the intersectional, transgender left's ideas, because at the moment you can't talk against that stuff. So in the meetings and in the script discussions and in the dailies, as you saw this stuff coming through, it was no executive, no person who wanted to make a good film would be allowed to speak up against this. Do you get that's how this works? It's such a bad film, guys, and it really it came out what, the 22nd, 23rd, so really soured those first couple of days of Christmas, because I was kind of thinking we just ease in with the Matrix, but I knew it was going to be bad. I watched some behind the scenes stuff. I watched some of the trailers. I said, you are not getting my money. You're not getting my money, man. So my brother, my man who's dubious, got me a link. I clicked on the link. I watched it on HBO Max home, if you want to know. Okay, it's obviously very legal. I wouldn't do illegal streaming or nothing. But I watched it. It was terrible. Like I say, fight's rubbish. The acting's rubbish. The plot is rubbish. The writing's rubbish. The lighting's rubbish. The effects are rubbish. The sound design is rubbish. Everything is cack about this film. But the worst thing is that by the end, Neo is nothing. Neo's a cuck. Neo is a man who's been emasculated, de-oneed. And by the end, you get to an end scene, because it's all around the love between Neo and Trinity and the power of that love. And somehow, even though there was nothing of this in the first, second or third film, somehow the love between Neo and Trinity powers the Matrix. What? And somehow between the first film and the second film, there is a hatred has grown for these characters, and particularly the male characters, just a hatred of them. By the end, you have Trinity is the one. Well, actually, what they try and say, actually, it's no longer about the red pill and the blue pill. Choices aren't binary. There's something in the middle. If you put the red and the blue together, you get magenta. They want a magentrix. That's what they want. No matrix, a magentrix. They want this mix of everything. Be whatever you want. And this is where I tell you, this is the first transgender intersectional action movie, because it is. You're welcome. This story now, you can see the journey of, who was the guy? It was the brothers Wachowski, right, who directed the first one. But I think they both went chick, right? They both went from men to women. They both flipped over. So Lana, who was Larry or whatever, so Larry did the first one. Lana's doing this one. And she can do whatever she wants, man. Everyone's free to do whatever they want. But you can see the journey of her life is the journey of this story. They've gone from a male-centric character to flip it all the way over to where Trinity's now in charge. Trinity gets to fly. And at the end scene, man, is such bullshit. At a certain point, Trinity says, I'm going to redesign the Matrix. I'm going to remake the Matrix. And Keanu is a couple of feet behind him. He's a little cuck now. He can't fly. He don't really do any fighting. He doesn't really have any great sort of symbolism behind him. He's just the guy who used to do it, but now hold my beer, Keanu. Hold my beer, Neo. Trinity's here. So now the man has been superseded by the woman. The woman has stepped forth, and now she's in charge. And I think if I had any doubts in my theory, the moment that the dialogue came out of Trinity's mouth, the character, where she says, you know, I'm going to paint the sky with rainbows. And she turns around to Kakanu and she says, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Neo? Sky full of rainbows sounds good to me, Trinity. What? And then they fly off. Trinity. And at this point, I guess Keanu can fly a little bit, but really we're focusing on Trinity. And I looked at it and I go, oh, wow. Rah. This is about the power transferring from the man to the woman. Wow, this is what we've done with this. We've taken the mythology, which was a great story with great acting and great action, and we've just watered it down to the point where we're just talking about our feelings now. And feelings are completely subjective, so it don't matter if it's a good film, because this is how I feel. It is so bad. The dialogue's bad, the writing's bad, the acting's bad, the lighting's bad, the sound's bad, the effects are bad. And the biggest crime of all about The Matrix? Its fight scenes are bad, like the worst. And there's no reason for that, because we know Keanu Reeves, as he has got older, has got better at the fighting. I mean, he might not have the young energy of the original Matrix because it was so long ago. But John Wick, man, he kicks some ass, mate. And I know he does it with guns, but Matrix used to have guns. This don't really have guns. They ain't really playing that game no more. It's such bullshit. It ruined my Christmas. So that's it. I don't want to talk too much more about it. Don't watch Matrix Resurrections with anything other than a smirk on your face, and watch it for free, whatever you do. So that's my first Grinch. Messed up my Christmas on like the 22nd or whatever, right? Here's the first angel of my Christmas. The first angel of my Christmas, my roast potatoes. Now, I don't want to brag, but this year, my roast potatoes were off the chart. If I could marry a vegetable, right? If I could marry a potato, I'd marry some of my potatoes, man. They were so good. And so, just so you know, I parboiled them for 10 to 15 minutes till they were fluffy. I give them a shake. Meanwhile, for a good 25 minutes, my goose fat had been heating up in the pan in the oven. I got them out and I put them into the pan and they sizzled, and I turned them and I coated them. And then I had my proprietary herbal mix, okay? Salt, pepper, oregano, rosemary, coriander, a bit of cumin, a bit of southern fried stuff, man. I think there might have been some garlic in there or something, but dude, just put this on the potatoes. I cooked them then for an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, God. These things, mate, they will save your life. These potatoes will save your life. If a potato could run for president, this potato would get all the votes. If this potato... Dude, just these potatoes were amazing. They changed my life. Seriously, whatever else happened, I know that it's been a hard year and all that, but I think we can all say that if this year produced my potatoes, my roast potatoes, it was worth it. So first angel of my Christmas this year is my potatoes. Second Grinch, I got a text message, an unsolicited text message from my government telling me to get vaccinated, to get boosted. And the most surprising thing about receiving an unsolicited text message from a government agency this Christmas telling me to go and take a medical procedure, the most surprising thing about it was I was not surprised. But the more I thought about it, the more it sat with me, the more I have just thought, fuck you, Boris and Whitty, and how dare you send me a text telling me to get boosted when hundreds and thousands of people are undiagnosed with cancer, are unoperated hip operations, heart operations, eye, ear operations? How dare you? Man, I better not talk no more. Next angel. The next angel of my Christmas, as always, is presents. It's so good getting presents. It don't matter, even if the presents are some bullshit when you open them, right? Getting presents is awesome. I don't care, man. And you know, every year I say I want this, I want that, and the other. But really, just the best bit about presents is not having them. It's the anticipation as you hold the package and you're like, oh, I wonder what this is. And just for a moment, it could be anything. Just for a moment, it could be the most favourite thing you'll ever own that you never asked for and you didn't know existed. Oh, presents. So good. Getting presents good. Giving presents good. I love this year. You know, I got my wife some presents. She really enjoyed it. Obviously, I've already given her the driveway that I'd done. I laid some laminate floor. You know all about this if you're listeners of the podcast. But dude, just the giving and receiving of presents is awesome. Love it. Always good. The third Grinch of Christmas this year, and this is something I want to talk about. I can't talk too long, man. I've got some lunch cooking now, man, so I can't be talking too long. But let me tell you about this. It's currently, as I say, let me double check. It's Wednesday the 29th of December, right? So we're in that space between Christmas and New Year. My wife calls it Betweenmas. And I like that. But for me, it's Inbetweenmas. Now, this is me. Now, tell me if I'm just a grumpy guy. Tell me if I'm one of the Grinches here, right? And I think I probably am. I think I'm a Grinch. I think I'm one of the Grinches of Christmas. As soon as Christmas Day is over, or maybe Boxing Day, I'll give you Boxing Day, but as soon as Boxing Day is over, here's my opinion. Pack up the tree, fold up the tinsel, put away the fairy lights. I'm done. The lingering around Christmas that happens between the 26th and New Year, not for me. Not for me. I'm done. I want it to be the new year already. I want to get on with it, man. I just want to like hustle out of this thing, man. Just leave me out. Are you like this? Is this just me or you for Inbetweenmas? You can keep it. You can keep it, man. I'm done. I was saying to my wife, I said, wouldn't it be great if somehow universally that as soon as like Boxing Day was over, everywhere on Earth for like a couple of weeks, like click, brilliant sunshine and like 25 degrees. Just wouldn't it be good if there was a great shift from winter into another season instantly after Christmas? We could all just put the trees away and get on with life. It's hanging around endlessly when Christmas is done, when the roast potatoes are eaten and when the presents are opened already. I don't need it, man. I don't need it. Is this just me? I'm a New Year person. I love the New Year. I love the excitement. I've got some big plans. I want to get going. I want to get working. I'm done. Inbetweenmas. Oh, so I'm one of the Grinches of my Christmas because I'm done, and I find myself now I'm impatient. I'm rude. I'm grumpy. I'm snappy because I'm just done. I'm just done. I want it to be 2022 and all the glories that no doubt will come along then. That's what I want, man. So Inbetweenmas, I'm done. Finally. And this is where I'm going to do some recommend for you if you're in the Inbetweenmas and you're struggling and you're finding it hard to get through. One of the final angels of Christmas for me this year has been, and this is the opposite of the first Grinch, the Matrix commiserations, right? Disappointments. The final angel of Christmas is the sheer quality of TV right now. And I don't mean the actual TV, wherever you're listening to this on, provided by state or nationally. I'm talking about Netflix. I'm talking about Paramount. I'm talking about Amazon, you know. So let me give you some recommends here. Witcher season 2, you got to do it. Money Heist. If you haven't ever watched Money Heist, you need to watch it with the subtitles, not with that weird dubbing. Not the weird dubbing thing. You need to watch it with the subtitles. So Money Heist, season 2 of Witcher. You need to get in on those. Yellowstone. If you are not on the Yellowstone train right now, which is a series with Kevin Costner, a rancher, the Dutton Ranch, set in modern day America, but it's just so good. And connected to Yellowstone, there's a series that's just begun called 1883, which tells the story of how the Yellowstone Ranch came into being. You want to hit that. You want to hit that hard. These are so good, these series. And let me check, because I wrote a couple more down, and I've got Succession. If you've not watched Succession, this will get you through your In-Betweenmas. You must hit Inbetweenmas. Losing my mind. See, this is what Inbetweenmas does to you. You must hit Succession. It's just 3 seasons of some of the greatest TV you'll ever see. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to go and eat my leftover pasty now. It's a family tradition. We take everything that we got left, turkey, stuffing, pigs in blankets, vegetables. We chuck it all into a pastry mix and we bake it for a while, and we will have these leftover pasties. I'm done. Bless you guys. I hope you survived the In-Betweenmas, and I'm excited for the new year and what we're going to do. I've got some plans. I am excited. I hope that your angels outnumber your Grinches this Christmas, this season. I hope you make it through all right. I hope that you're handling things the way you should be, not like me, like a little baby moaning and screaming. As I always say, there's new episodes every week, every Thursday on Spotify, and this video will be up on YouTube on Thursday too. Bless you guys, bless your In-Betweenmas, and I'll see you next time. Later.